Hello guys, in this video we are going to cover two things in SQL. One is how to create a database from scratch in MySQL Workbench, and the second one is how to add a couple of tables to it. So I installed a MySQL Workbench in my system and I opened it. So to create a new database, we need to start with writing some commands. So to create a database, we need to use create keyword, which basically use it to create any new tables, database, and so on. Create, and we need to mention database. After create database, here we need to specify the database name which we need to create. I am entering, like I am going to create a database called company DB. Okay, so this create database is a keyword which is used to create a new database, and company DB is the name of the database which I want to create now. So let's run this query. Yeah, so in the below we see that create database is successfully run and database was created. But have you observed one thing? This company DB database is not populated in the schema section at the top left, right? So to populate this company DB here as well, we need to click on this refresh icon. See, now the company DB is populating here. So now we created a company DB database successfully, but we haven't added any tables yet. So to add a table, so before adding a table, we need to make sure that company DB is a default schema, because if we need to create the tables, we need to make sure those tables are creating in this company DB database. So once we have created this company DB database, we need to tell MySQL that this is the database which we want to use now. So to do that, I want to give a command called use company DB. Okay, so basically this command will convey the information with MySQL that we are currently using this company DB database for our further queries. So let's run this query. Yes, we are using this company DB now. You can see the company DB database text converted to bold, right? So currently this is the default schema. So now let's start with creating our very first table in this company DB database. So to do that, we need to write some commands. Basically, as we write a command for creating database, which starts with create database, in the same way we need to write a keyword called create table. And here we need to mention table name, which is employees, which I am going to create now. Create employees. Let and the next give the open parenthesis, and inside this open parenthesis we need to provide all the list of column names which we need to insert into this table. So I want to insert employee ID and just give a space after this column name and give the data type of this column. So I'm giving int as a data type because employee ID is going to be stored as an integer number. After providing data type of this column, I am giving primary key for this employee ID column, because primary key keyword is basically indicates that it is a unique identifier for each row in a table. Think in a way that, let's say we are in a class where there are 20 numbers of students. So each student will have a unique roll number, right? Which basically represents each student have unique number. In the same way, we are going to provide each employee in the table will have a unique identifier. And next of this primary key constant, I am giving comma, and here we can mention the next column which we need to enter first name, and the data type of this first name column should be varchar of length 60, comma, and my next column needs to be last name of type varchar of length 60, comma. The next column which I want to give is email column, which is of type varchar of length 30. And let's say next column is phone, basically each employee's phone number of type varchar length 30. And the last column which I want to give is department ID. which indicates the department ID of each employee. So which is needs to be integer of type. So let's close this query. So let's run this query. So once we run this query, we can see that that table employees is successfully created. So let's refresh here. You can see employees table is populating in the left schema section, and just click on the third tabular icon to see the tabular format of this created employee table. So to add a new data inside this table, I'm double clicking here. Let's give employee ID as a 1 and first name as Henry and last name as Potter. Email of the employee 1. Department ID as 1. And let's add one more record with the first name as Sai and the last name as Krishna. And let's give email as sai@gmail.com. Sorry, give the phone number of first employee as something and the phone number of second employee as something. And let's add department ID as 2. So after inserting the values into this employees table, let's click on apply from here. So this MySQL will automatically write a code for us to insert the data into this employee table, basically which represents insert into keyword. We are inserting the data into employees table in the company DB database, and we are inserting into the columns called employee ID, first name, last name, email, and phone number and department ID. The values which we are entering are these two values which we given now. So let's click on apply. See, SQL script was successfully applied to database. Let's click on finish. Done. The values which we given are saved into this employees table. Let's refresh it from here. So I am writing a new query to see all the data present in employees table. Select star from employees. So if I run this query, it will fetching all the columns and the data which is present in employees table. So that's it for this video. So in this video, we've seen that how to create a new database from scratch and how to make the database as a default schema and how to create a tables inside this database and how to insert the data inside these tables. So that's it for video guys. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.